The Life Loop is one of the more interesting items found in Caves of Qud. Unlike most items, it is not locked behind RNG and has a guaranteed spawn, but obtaining it is, under normal circumstances, nigh impossible. But I have discovered a relatively simple way to obtain this gear, and with it, the potential for infinite lives. For the experts out there, all you really need to know is you just need to get Otho or Q-Girl near a pulse field magnet and let the magnetic pulse rip the loop from their body. But if you'd like a little more info on the loop, as well as some tactics to make the process a bit easier and what can be done with it, then stick around. First, what even is the Life Loop? The wiki states, when a creature wearing a Life Loop reaches 0 hit points, they will be teleported into Barathrum Study with full HP instead of dying. Well, that sounds pretty OP to me. Once equipped, it can never be removed, and the limb it is equipped on cannot be dismembered. It only spawns in the inventory of Otho and Q-Girl in Gritgate. So what makes obtaining it so hard? Well, simply killing either of the two will not work. As per the effect of the Life Loop, they don't actually die and therefore do not drop any inventory. The Life Loop is not consumed when used by them. You can kill them repeatedly if you want, but that won't really help, except for maybe Catharsism. A bit more creative of a strategy would be to utilize the Dominate mutation. But as you can see, even when controlling a dominated NPC, you can't remove the loop, or dismember the limb by teaching them Amputate. I also tried giving them a fungal infection. Theoretically, if their arm slot was infected, it would remove any equipped items. However, through testing, it seems like the limb can also not become infected. So what can we do? If you've ever done any deep cave exploration in Qud, you know how annoying these pulse field magnets can be. But if you want a Life Loop, they're the absolute MVPs. It really is as simple as getting one of the Barathrumites to follow you to a magnet and just wait until it rips away their Life Loop. So let's go through the steps. First, you need to recruit either Otho or Q-Girl as a follower. I recommend Otho as he's an easier check to pass Proselytize or Beguile. Next, you need to find a magnetic pulse field. These are found somewhat consistently at Strata 40+. They can sometimes be rare, but just keep looking. You might also get lucky at some earlier strata of Baroque ruins. I recommend finding one first, clear the area if necessary, program a recoil point, then go recruit your follower. If you have Rebuke Robot, you can also recruit the magnet to disable its pulse temporarily to make clearing easier. Just don't forget to pick up any of your own items if they get pulled away. It might take a few pulses, but Qud tends to stack more valuable items dropped on top, meaning you should see it on the ground even if it's in a pile of other items when it does drop. I recommend bringing your Barathrumite back to Gritgate immediately, especially if you haven't completed all the quests they give. And now you have a Life Loop. What to do with it? Remember, once equipped, it cannot be removed, so you'll need to dedicate an arm slot to equip it. You might notice that it has a slot for an energy cell. From my testing, this doesn't seem to make a difference as it still works even with no cell. You can also tinker the Life Loop with a few mods. I recommend putting EM shielding on it at the very least. And of course, they can be duplicated with Polygel. Make sure to do this before equipping, as you can't Polygel them when equipped. You can wear more than one at a time, and only one will be consumed upon death. This isn't ideal though, as again they take up a dedicated arm slot. I initially did some testing on a backup save of my Punchkin, a very strong build, very difficult to kill by normal means. When I decided to cook with Neutron Flux, it killed me, even without the loop. I didn't test this extensively, but there's a good chance that anything that usually causes instant death may bypass the Life Loop's effect. Getting eaten by a Salt Kraken didn't kill me though, so I don't know. For most normal encounters, you're probably alright. Given the safeguards already put in place to prevent you from obtaining the Life Loop, this feels like something that might be patched out at some point. Personally, I don't think it should be, as it requires some of that outside-the-box Qud thinking that I absolutely love about this game, but the devs might not feel the same. So yeah, just enjoy it while you can. I honestly don't even think this is that game-breaking unless you're playing a classic run, in which case you hopefully already know what you're doing well enough to not even need this. Just a kind of interesting little thing you can do. Also, in case it's not obvious, the life loop is intended to prevent the main quest givers from dying. If you take it from them before completing the relevant quest, it is entirely possible to softlock your game and possibly have to use wishes to continue. Do this strat at your own risk. Thanks for watching, live and drink.